Hey guys, it's Ben the Coin Geek at Old Pueblo Coin, and today I have a mailbag episode for you to watch, and we're going to answer some questions from you. First off, Rude Dog says if you want to find a VAM at random, I know you can find a VAM site online, but is there a good process? Do you start with the coin and look for the anomaly, or do you start looking at the varieties and then check the coin? Is there an efficient way to find VAMs? So we'll start, for those of you who don't know what a VAM is the term used for the different varieties on Morgan silver dollars. It comes from the name of the authors of the original book, Van Allen and Malice. So those two guys really did the original work on Morgan dollar varieties. And so my advice to you when it comes to finding VAMs is the second part of your question, which is to say you want to find the knowledge and find the book first and then look through the coins, because it'll be a lot easier for you to find things that way. I really enjoy this book. This little handheld device is called a book. There you go. This is the original, an older version of the top 100. I think that today you can get a big glossy version. This is nice because it's the pocket version. It has a lot of really good close-up pictures and things like that that show you the different varieties. I would study this book before I started going through Morgan's. It'll make it a lot easier for you to find things. You'll be able to go through and know exactly which ones you look for. There's always a few that I look for because I've had them in the past and I've gone through the book, but I don't study these intently. So if you collect variety Morgans, it's actually really easy to cherry pick a dealer, because most dealers don't really know the VAMs that well. They know the top VAMs, like, there's 5, 10, 20 that they may know, but they don't know a lot of the other ones, some of which can be pretty valuable in the collector market. So I think that if you want to do just roll hunting and go through and find odd items, you can do that too. That's how Bob Ford found the Wisconsin quarter. God rest his soul. He would go through coins every day. He was a roll hunter, and really one of the most important roll hunting finds in our lifetime. So anyway, but I don't recommend you just look at coins at random and then hope it matches up to something. I think it's a lot more efficient and effective to actually have the knowledge first and then go ahead and and look through the coins. I will say that there are a lot of varieties that are easy to spot if you're just going through coins. Like, you'll see a Scarface or a Spitting Eagle just by looking at the coin because it's that obvious. But there are a lot of the smaller varieties that you would never notice, or a lot that you may not notice unless you already had the knowledge that they exist. So great question. Thanks for asking. Next, Jose Figueroa wants to know what's the best holders for long-term versus short-term storage. So there's a lot of answers to this question, actually, because there's lots of ways to collect coins and lots of ways to store coins. But the most direct answer that has to do with long-term storage and short-term storage has to do with the type of material that the holders are made from. So the most common example are these little holders, which we affectionately call flips. And you'll hear a dealer say they want to flip something out. That just means they want to put it in a holder. These two holders, you'll notice, have a slightly different reflectivity, different color a little bit. So this one is very stiff, and this one is very loose. The loose variety, the very soft vinyl variety, these have PVC in them, which is the thing that reacts to your coins and makes them all goopy. These are only for short term. Dealers will use these especially for short term because they don't get scratched, so the coins look nicer in a tray. The harder ones are better for long-term storage. Now, the coin will be protected, but the holder itself will get scratchy after a little while. So if, imagine you've got 100 of these in a row in a box, and people are taking them out, put it back in, take them out, put it back in, take them out, put it back in, like that, you'll end up with scratches on the plastic, and then it doesn't look good. So one of the things that you'll know about these the soft plastic ones that are not good for the coins, copper coins especially, will start turning green really quick. You can time date. I joke that this is how dealers know how long they've had a coin, based on like what the coin looks like in the holder. It's kind of like use by November 18th kind of thing. To do this with your copper coins, if you're a dealer, you can look and say, okay, this is starting to turn green. It's time to get that coin sold, right? So there's lots of other types of holders. Of course, getting a coin slabbed is a good way for long-term storage. In very general terms, this is not perfectly airtight 100%, but it's generally good for long-term storage. The only caveat I'd say is if you actually have something on the coin, especially a copper coin that looks like it's the beginning of a spot or toning, uh, then you're going to go ahead and see that over time that can move and change. So the spot can become bigger, especially on copper coins. I want to thank everyone who took the time, by the way, to write um, to the federal government about the memorandum of understanding between America and Italy to not sign anything that makes it basically illegal to own Roman imperial coins. What a lousy deal that would be for everybody. I especially want to thank those of you who made an appeal directly to the Pope. I mean, that's got to go straight to the top, right? So anyway, thanks so much for watching. I'm Ben the Coin Geek. You can subscribe by clicking on the button in the corner and watch more videos on the right side of the screen. Thanks.